Let's begin the show with Afghanistan. Amid a wave of targeted killings that is spreading fear in war-torn nation, 3 women who worked for an Afghan television station were shot dead in eastern city of Jalalabad. With each passing day, Afghanistan is getting increasingly dangerous for women, particularly those who try to break the rules of existing orthodox social system and choose to pursue professional and financial independence.
3 women journalists who worked for a local Afghan radio and TV station were brutally gunned down in eastern Afghanistan city, and 2 others were wounded in separate incidents. The women, identified as Mursal Wahidi, Sadia Sadat and Shehnaz Raufi, were killed in 2 separate but coordinated attacks as they made their way home from work in the bustling city of Jalalabad. Soon afterward, the Islamic State, which has a deep presence in the area, claimed the responsibility for the attack. However, Afghan officials blamed the Taliban for the assault, but the insurgent group clearly denied its involvement.
متاسفانه 3 نفر زموږ خوندې په شهادت رسېدلي دي او 2 نفر زخمیان دي چې د دوی کې مهم توریست د دې ډلې رهبري کول هماغه د قریب بسیط په نوم همدا اوس ګرفتار شوي دي د ورکشې سره.
Violence has risen around Afghanistan, with several empowered and educated women being targeted in recent months, even as a peace process is taking place in Qatar's capital of Doha. Days after the killing of women journalists, a roadside bomb explosion killed a female doctor in the same city. Malalai Maiwand, a television and radio presenter at the same television station, was gunned down in a similar manner in December 2020. Earlier, 2 female judges working for the Supreme Court were also shot dead in the capital, Kabul. According to a report by United Nations, the years-long conflict in Afghanistan continues to wreak a shocking and detrimental toll on women and children, who accounted for 43% of all civilian casualties, 30% children, and 13% women. This has triggered a sense of resentment among the Afghan citizens at the government's failure to stop a campaign of killing that appears to be aimed at silencing progressive voices of women in the country.
خورکې زمونږ د دنیا نه لاړې بېګناه ښه مثالونه هلته لرو. ملاله میوند ګوره بیچاره څه یې کړي، خو د ښځو حق و حقوق یې بیانول.
Life for women in Afghanistan has never been easy. The Taliban's ultra-hardline rule was marked by oppressive laws for women up until the group was toppled after the 2001 US-led invasion of Afghanistan. They not only brutally imposed social restrictions on women, but also restricted their access to healthcare, education, and jobs. There are apprehensions about a possible reversal of progress on women's rights over the last 2 decades if the Taliban return to any sort of power with the withdrawal of foreign troops from the country.
دغه د فی وجنې باید بند شي او یو امن یو صلح راشي، د څه بې ګناه کسان پکې ډېر مري، خصوصا دغه خزینه طبقه. نو د دې له وجې نه دوی هم ناجایز او ظلم کوي او ډېر په ظلم زیاتي باندې دوی روان.
In a country racked by decades of war, such stories show how women in Afghanistan are still struggling to live with dignity. They do not want to go back to the terms of Taliban rule, to the floggings and banishment from public life. However, their hopes are slowly fading away with the constant rise in violence. The Taliban and the Afghan government are carrying out peace talks in Doha, though progress has slowed, while the US President Joe Biden's administration is reviewing its plans for the peace process and the withdrawal of troops. Meanwhile, the Taliban's deputy leader Sirajuddin Haqqani recently warned the United States against going back on a commitment to troops withdrawal. Observers say that the new US administration should carry out an honest review of the entire peace process and push the Taliban to make concessions. The talks are crucial to find a lasting solution to the Afghan conflict, but it should not be on the Taliban's terms, which could wipe away whatever little progress Afghanistan has made in the last several years.